Hey, good Monday morning, Facebook fans. It's Carolyne Rodrigues coming to you from beautiful Collingwood, Ontario. So I'm excited to be back here. I know I wasn't on last week because, oh my goodness, I was in Memphis and Nashville celebrating all the good things that were happening in our company business. So I don't know if you were there. I know some of you were there. Some of you were watching live stream from home. I live streamed some of the segments. So many great experiences. I loved going to see Graceland and Elvis Presley. I shared my pictures, and oh my goodness, I'm a big Elvis fan. Yes, we had Elvis in Collingwood the week before, and then I went to see his house, and oh my goodness, talent in that young man, and so sad that he died at such an early age at 42. So I digress. Drop an emoji when you join me. Tell me where you're joining me from. Tell me how you're feeling. And be real, because for some of us, here we go. Mondays are challenging days, and I seem to be having a challenge with my internet. So you'll just have to pardon me if I freeze up a little bit. We'll just persevere, and you know, Mercury is not in retrograde this week. So hey Candace, where are you coming in? Where are you calling in from, or where are you joining me from? So drop an emoji, let me know how you're feeling. Let's see who else is going to be joining us. And I know when I'm not here every Monday, people wonder, where is that Carolyne? All right, so I'm getting a lot of messages coming in here, so pardon me. So Mondays are good, right? For me, Mondays are good. Sometimes they're not good in terms of how I'm feeling, but I always say hey, beautiful Tracy, Mondays are good because it's the opportunity to use the etch-a-sketch effect, right? If you had a good week, you want to be celebrating. If you didn't have such a great week, you want to say, hey, I get to etch-a-sketch this past week and start over. And that's why I love celebrating Mondays. So thank you for joining me, and some of you may be watching this in the replay time, so thank you for taking the time to watch. So today I want to chat about think better and live better. I mean, is that possible that if I think better, I can live better? I didn't know that, right? Because sometimes you find yourself in a place where you're asking yourself, how did I get here, right? I just asked myself, how did I get off track? And some of us don't even know that we're on a track. Hey Subhash, all the way from India. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Elizabeth, Mr. Group. So some of us are on a track, and we ask ourselves, how did we get there? I was on a track that was going nowhere, right? I had prior to my network marketing career, I'm not complaining. I had a great life. I got to live a dream of being a flight attendant and traveling the world and seeing places. But after a while, I started asking myself, that song, is that all there is, my friend? Yeah, I'm going to keep my day job. Anyhow, so I started asking myself, is this all there is to my life? Like running around the world, shopping, and serving bad food? I don't know. So I started asking bigger questions. How did I get on this track? And then now, how do I get off the track that I don't want to be on? So can anybody relate? Anybody out there? Just blow me a kiss, something. So if you can relate, if you're not happy about where things are in your life, and it could be your health, it could be your relationships, it could be where you're living, it could be the people that you're surrounded with, it could be your job. I don't know what it is, but I had to ask myself, how did I get on this track, right? I was, previous to leaving the airlines, I was on a track where I was tired all the time. I had no energy. Yes, my job contributed to it, but also my lack of being in shape, eating the wrong thing at the wrong time, not getting enough sleep, all of those things started to compound and put me on a track that I did not want to be on. So I wasn't a happy camper. So start asking bigger questions and the answers will come. And oftentimes I found that it had a lot to do with what I was saying about myself, right? oh my goodness, Carolyne, look at you, your booty is, whatever, right? Saying bad things about myself. Hey Cheryl, how are you? So I want to ask you a question. What do you see when you look in the mirror? What do you see? Because I can tell you, way back when, 14 years ago, when I started this journey of reclaiming my health, I did not like what I saw in the mirror, right? And the words, the words that I started to broadcast over myself, they weren't pretty. You see, your words come to you, or I should say, what words come to you when you see your reflection? So some of my I am statements back then, my beating myself up statements is, oh my goodness, look at my booty, look at my Buddha belly. How did that happen? Well, it's no miracle. We know how things happen, right? You don't just gain weight by thinking about it. Like, let's be real. So I was eating the wrong thing. I was eating the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I didn't know how to help myself. But I was also saying stupid things, like dumb things, like I'm so short. Well, this is how God made me, right? I'm not as smart as, and I was always comparing myself to somebody else. I'm not as smart as, I'm not as attractive as, I'm not. I can't be successful because I'm just a flight attendant. I'm just a mom. Hey, beautiful Cindy, nice to see you. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. So exciting to see you walk the stage as a new 100-pound club member. Woo! Sorry guys, I'm a little bit of a squirrel when I see people joining me. So are you saying those things about yourself that are keeping you on the track that you're like, I don't want to be here, I don't like this track, right? So one of the things I say to people when I compliment, they say, oh, I'm just this. Oh, this is just something I bought at the thrift store. So I want to give you guys a little gift. Take the word just out of your statement. You are not just anything, right? So when I think about this, I thought, oh, I'm just a flight attendant. Well, there were lots of people who would have loved to be a flight attendant and never got to be a flight attendant. So sometimes the things we dream about and imagine, we get it, and it turns out that it's not fulfilling us, we start to put ourselves down. So stop, I'm going to say this, stop putting yourself down, and at the same time expecting changes, expecting success. So what are the I am statements that you are prophesizing over yourself? Because guess what, you guys? You are magnificent. God created a magnificent creature in you, and I keep telling people, He does not create junk. So are your current circumstances, sorry, I got my fan on in my office and it's doing the blowy hair thing. So are current circumstances not showing you the results you are seeking? Okay, so I look at Cindy, and Cindy, I love that you come on every week. So Cindy had quite the journey that she started over a year ago, where she set her goal to release 100 pounds. But imagine after a week or 2 weeks or a month, Cindy doesn't see those magical results. She may see some little results. So her current circumstances could take her out of the game, right? So your current circumstances of what you were expecting not showing up, causing you to say, I'm getting off this track, right? So this is what happens to us, and this is when we slide into disappointment through our thoughts, right? Our thoughts take us down the road that doesn't serve us, right? Takes you down the road that doesn't serve you. So are you living in defeat but expecting a positive outcome? Anybody? I think as human beings, I don't know if people expect success. We hope for, I think that's the word, hope. And for me, hope is a sort of a limbo word. You're not here and you're not there, you're not anywhere. So I throw hope out and I set intentions for my life. So are you going down a road that doesn't serve you? and the words that you're broadcasting about yourself may be taking you deeper down that road that isn't serving you. Again, are you living in defeat, expecting a positive outcome? So recently I mentioned to you guys that I was in Nashville. Yeah, it was great to be with so many of my friends from all around the globe. And I stopped off in Memphis first, as I mentioned, to go see Elvis's house, and then moved on to Nashville and went to see the Grand Ole Opry. How many of you have been to the Grand Ole Opry? Oh my goodness, what an institution. Anyhow, there were people coming on stage singing these songs, and I'm like, oh my God. It was songs about lost love and lost relationships and, you know, sad songs, and I call them hurtin' songs. And I'm like, how do people listen to that all the time? Like, happy songs. I mean, I love Taylor Swift, and I think I got it right, Taylor Swift, and one of her songs is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, Shake It Off. Yeah, who loves that song, Shake It Off? And that's, you know, yeah, she's a little bit country, a little bit pop. And so my song is, I wanted to go up there and tell those people, shake it off. All that hurting music isn't getting you where you want to go, right? So if you're a fan of all that hurting music, I'm going to say to you, right, what you put into your mind, you're going to keep thinking about it, and then your results, your actions, your thoughts, your results, your words, all that's going to produce what you currently have. So I'm inviting you to speak faith over yourself, to get those, let me just show you guys, to get those affirmation cards out, right? These are my cards, and I'm speaking faith over myself. I get into, like Monday morning especially, I think some people slide into Monday because Saturday, Sunday has been a little too much celebrating. So Monday, they're starting off with like 1 foot in the negative. So I invite you to get up Monday morning, shake it off, do some dancing, raise your vibration, raise your energy, right? Get into what I call state, right? So get up, stand up, show up in spite of what's not happening, because by raising your energy, you change your vibration of what you attract. That's why I love Monday. Even though last week may not have produced what I wanted, I just have this vision that, okay, Monday's coming, I get to start all over again, right? And change the vibration, because you are who you are attracting. And my husband said this to me a while ago, and it kind of was like, really? Is that what you think of me? He said, Carolyne, you're kind of a negative person. You're always talking about what isn't working out, what you aren't getting, what you aren't, and I was like, me? So in my head, I thought I was this positive person, but I was emitting all of this negative stuff, right? And so your life, my life, was a visual of what I was saying and what I was attracting. And so every day I'm learning now, every day, I get to choose thoughts of gratitude, abundance, happiness. And I'm not saying this is like my life is, you know, this garden of roses. Guys, there are days where I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to work out. But I sit there, I look around, and I make my list of what am I grateful for? What's working in my life? Rather than ruminating, yeah, I like that word, ruminating on all of the things that aren't working, because we all have good and bad in our life. It's just a matter of what we choose to focus on, what you choose to focus on. You know, Cindy, again, I'm so inspired by you. So Cindy chose to focus on this new body she wanted to create. Guys, can you imagine releasing, I don't like to say lose, releasing 100 pounds, because, you know, when I say lose, I don't want to find it again, right? So stop, look around at how much you have. And one of the things I used to do, you guys, and it never served me, but I think as human beings, we fall into this trap. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else, right? Stop comparing yourself to anyone. I mean anyone. Comparison has been a thief of joy for me in the past. because I was always looking at what others have compared to me, and I always came up short. So instead, I invite you to make that list. Make that list of what you love about yourself. So here's mine. Now, the writing's kind of faded. I've had this for a long time, and it says, what's great about me? And I don't mean in an egotistical way, because each of us, we have to remind ourselves what's great about us as individually, you as individuals, right? So I'm going to read you my list, okay? Who wants to hear my list? Anybody? Gotta throw me some hearts. Who wants to hear my list? Oh, I'm going to give it to you anyway. So, what's great about me? And these are I am statements. I am unstoppable. I am determined. I am persistent. I am enthusiastic. I am consistent. I am coachable. I'm a leader. I'm committed. I am goal-oriented. I'm a visionary. That's my 10. And number 11, to tie it all up in a bow, is I am a child of Christ, right? So you attract people who verbalize the things you feel about yourself. So what is your auditory filter telling you about you, right? I've written out a little card about my identity, who I am. I write out these statements about, you know, what it is I love about my life. I love looking at the beautiful park setting that I live in. Some of you have seen my deck. I love that I can surrender my life to God, knowing that He will provide for me whatever He provides for the birds. They're never starving. Birds, they have so much food to eat, so much freedom, right? I love my husband's open arms, waiting for me every morning to give me a hug. I love knowing that I have a wonderful family. There's so many people out there that are experiencing loneliness, right? I love that I'm continually working on making my body healthier and even healthier. That my 60s and my 70s and my 80s are gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have an outstanding body. And I mean by healthy, functional, right? Joint support. I love watching the sunset. I love having financial independence, financial freedom with ease. I love that I can design my day. I love that I am blessed with amazing team partners. I love that I can contribute to those less fortunate than me. And simple little things, you guys. I love that I can hear the birds chirping in my backyard. That gives me so much joy. So when you make these, where's my list? When you have these little reminders, it's pretty hard to live in pity. So make the list and write what you love about yourself. The other thing I do, guys, and I shared this with you before, it's called mirror work. Oh my God, this was one of the most challenging things that I want to say, hey, Tracy, yes, you're an amazing woman, by the way. Just wanted to tell you that. I'm working on my abs. I know they're under there somewhere, under my Buddha belly, but you give me inspiration. Okay, little squirrel moment there. Just, you know, I love complimenting women who are doing the do. So mirror work, you guys. So what was I saying? I was challenged by this. I don't like to say it was so hard because I don't want to bring that into my life. So mirror work. So I got this mirror. I don't know if you can see it. It says here, I see you at the bottom, right? So this mirror work, you want to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, or get a big mirror. Look in the mirror and read aloud your I am statements, or what's great about me statements. Look in the mirror and tell yourself what a magnificent person you are, right? So in the beginning, I'd look in the mirror, but it would be kind of like this. I wasn't really looking in the mirror. I'd be like, oh, Carolyne, you're unstoppable. But I couldn't look, you know, my eyes weren't focused in the mirror. So when you can look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am magnificent, I am loved, I am a child of Christ, I have abundance, I am abundant, I have everything that I need. My body is healthy and pain-free. I love my Buddha belly, right? You gotta love it, right? I love my legs, right? I used to say, oh my goodness, I have such short legs. Well, make those legs look sexy. So I've been working on my legs, working on them, and boy, people are complimenting me on my legs. I don't know. I think it works. So look in the mirror, find what you love about you. Raise your vibrations. As I said, stand up, get up, shout, shake it off, and make it a magnificent day, a magnificent week. And when you get into that place, guys, where you're so deep in it that you can't get yourself out, that's when you call a friend. Well, I like to say, I take it to the throne, not the phone. But sometimes you have to hear, you have to hear a friend share with you what's great about you. And that's what I do for a lot of people. Pour greatness into people. Because you're all magnificent. Tracy, you are magnificent. You're such a beautiful mom. Cindy, you are magnificent. And every day when you forecast, broadcast, vision cast, all these wonderful things about yourself, guess what? Welcome to a new level of appreciation. Welcome, right? Think better, live better. Just breathe, you guys. Breathe, allow, and receive. So those are my thoughts for you today. I hope you get something out of this. Thank you for joining me. Wherever you are, I wish you a magnificent Monday. If you're celebrating a birthday today, I wish you an incredible birthday. I wish you an incredible birthday year. Hey, Deborah, I'm just wrapping up my Facebook Live. Deborah, a magnificent woman who's taught me a lot about doing my 1-minute testimonial at an event and how to take my power pose. So thank you for that, Deborah. I'm surrounded by some amazing, magnificent women, and I'm telling you guys, find somebody that can pour that greatness into you when you can't do it for yourself, and then pay it forward and do it for somebody else, because like what do they say? A rising tide lifts all boats. So again, if this has served you, feel free to share it in, any of your group pages. Feel free to hashtag replay if you're listening to this in record time. And I'll be back here next Monday with another lovely message. Make it a great day, everyone. Love you guys.